All right, what's going on? Come on, snap, crackle, pop. I've seen more life than a bunch of Care Bears.
It is lunchtime, Gov.
Oh, is it?
I'll do Pierce in a sec.
Anyone heard how the Rosebery Park case is going?
Murder squad struggling?
Yeah, well, they would be, wouldn't they? Has the head turned up yet?
No, but they got the feet.
Where were they?
Plastic bag by the canal.
What sort of condition?
Well past the sell-by date.
What about the murder weapon?
Who's going to chuck away a perfectly good Black & Decker?
Well, I need to find the hands. Listen, Tosh, pop down here this afternoon and see how they're getting on. Have a snook.
Right, I'll get Pierce done and out of the way.
You're right. It is lunchtime. Viv, get us a cup of coffee, will you?
If you're born in the kettle.
Cheers, Tosh. Hiya. Can I have another chat with Pierce?
Yeah, don't you think so? Custody review at 4 o'clock, yeah?
Don't worry, he'll crack.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I've got it down to a fine art. It won't last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No, I can't fit it in. It's all go here. I haven't stopped all day. I'm up to my eyes in it. What? What do you mean? Look, well, I'm sorry. Tomorrow. I'll try and do it tomorrow.
Oh, Viv. You file that
This
for
game
me.
is a bagel. You're joking.
It's a very simple question, Teddy. Shall I repeat it, or shall I take it as read? I think I'll repeat it just in case you missed it the first 3 times. What were you doing last night?
Sheena.
It speaks a miracle. So you were doing Sheena, were you?
With.
Who with?
I was with Sheena.
Sheena Rossi, is it?
Yeah.
And she'll tell the same story, will she?
Yeah.
You were with her all night, you say?
Yeah.
You must be wealthier than I thought. Or does she take credit cards now?
Well, they chucked it out, didn't they?
Nope. 15 years.
What? Nice one, Michael. This calls for a little light refreshment. You're buying.
Thought I might be.
Coming for a drink, Viv?
Nah, she's far too busy for that, James.
I'm far too busy, thanks.
Ignore them.
Okay.
Hello, stranger, what are you doing here?
Just came to check who's booked in for the paperwork.
Yeah, you're looking good, enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
You know, you never believe it, but we're missing you.
Well, there's us thinking you're in CID and you're really off on a multi-million-dollar modelling contract.
Yeah, very funny, Sarge.
Where the others gone?
The pub. I didn't fancy it much.
No? So how's it going?
Fine.
Bit strange at first, eh?
Yeah.
When I signed up in uniform all those hundreds of years ago, all I really wanted to be was a detective. Racing about, all the exciting stuff. But I soon found out there's a lot more to it than that. A lot more paperwork for a start.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm trying to say is, you've got to start somewhere. You still missing relief?
A bit. I'll tell you what I'm really missing. Getting out. I've been up here a week and I've only been out for sandwiches and chips.
Oh yeah, the chips. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't mind. Just feel a bit wasted, Tosh.
I tell you what, you want to do a job for me?
Not if it's typing or filing.
No. Could you bring someone in for me?
Who?
Sheena Rossi, know her?
Thin girl.
Thin? I've seen more meat on her butcher's biro.
She's a Tom down the Wharf Road.
Yeah, that's right, she's on police bail. And she's not reported in yet. I want her back here by 4 o'clock. I've got Terry Pierce downstairs and he's up for review. And she's his alibi.
Yeah, that's no bother. She's only round the corner.
Well, that's just as well, because we haven't got a car for you till tomorrow. Right then. I'll see you back here at 3.
Fine.
And it's the truth, because I read it in the police review. The CPS solicitor is proceeding with charges of reckless driving and ABH.
Never.
Straight up.
It should have been GBH with intent.
So obvious even Jim knows it.
You celebrating?
Tosh.
Gosh.
It's the end of a long, hard week, Josh.
Oh, that all?
No. Michael only gone and got Dawson 15 years.
Nice one.
Easy when you know how.
What about Pierce?
Says you spent the night with Sheena Rossi.
Oh, I hope he's got medical insurance. You going to pick her up?
Viv's doing it for me.
You sure about that? Rossi's not exactly a cuddly toy. She's a walking razor slash.
With a smack habit.
Viv will manage, no trouble.
Well, she finished that typing then?
Dunno. Look, I'd have brought her in myself, but I've got all these chores.
What chores?
That's very kind of you. I'll have a pint, please.
WDC Martella, Sunhill. WDC Martella, Sunhill Police.
Hello, Viv, how are you?
Oh, fine.
Are you enjoying life with the boys?
Yeah, it's all right.
That Burnside keeping his hands off you? Yeah, I like the gear. A bit better than this lot. Isn't it a bit nice for work? I get spoilt, won't I?
I'll be careful.
Listen, we must have a proper chat sometime.
Yeah, listen, how about next
I'll
Friday?
catch you about it later. I'm going home now. It's 2 o'clock. Remember shift work? See ya.
I should be getting back.
Come on, Tosh, one more.
Yeah, it's not every day you beat the CPS as well as the Defence Council.
Come on, another half, I'm paying.
Go on.
Sheena Rossi, WDC Martella, Sunhill Police. Could you come back to the station with me to answer some questions?
Well, no, I didn't report in. I had some problems.
We just want to talk to you.
Well, what have I done? Tell me.
Come on, please, don't make a fuss.
Don't pull me in. You can't. Listen, just listen to me. I'm not well. I just come back from the doctor, right? You know what he told me? I'm dying. I've got cancer, right? Here inside. Do I look well? Do I? Please don't take me in, please. I can't go. Just leave me here. I haven't done anything. I won't cause any trouble. He's given me 6 months to live. 6 months. I just want to die in peace.
You finished yet?
I don't believe it.
I was going to join in the last bit, but I thought it might spoil your performance.
You old bitch.
I pulled you in before. I was in uniform then, you wouldn't remember. Told me exactly the same thing. About 9 months ago, was it?
Doctors make mistakes.
And so do you, Sheena. Come on. Oi! Oi! Who do you think you are? Stop! Stop it! Lena! Hold on, I just want to talk to you! No way! How? You wait till I get Excuse me, love. Police, follow that blue Cortina.
You've got to be joking, darling.
Please, mate. Police, give us a lift, will you, mate?
Yeah, no problem. You going?
Blue Cortina.
Look, I really should go this time.
Oh, come on, Tosh.
No, he's right, and I know why.
Why?
Because it is round.
Oh. Same again.
Do it right here.
Okay.
Try another right here.
You sure?
Right, that's that then. Can you drive me back to Sunhill?
So how about you and me tomorrow night then? Eh?
Can you just drive me back to Sunhill, please?
What, name an evening? Any evening?
No!
I'd really like to see you again.
Look, Mr. Platt, I'm just doing my job, okay? I'm in a hurry and I've got a lot to do. Now just drive me back to Sunhill, please.
So that's that, is it?
Yes.
Right. Get out, will you?
This is stupid.
Get out, now!
Thanks for nothing.
You know, you shouldn't promise what you can't deliver.
What are you talking about?
You know.
You better not put a foot wrong on this manor, Mr. Pratt, because you've got an enemy for life.
Yeah, and you've got a long walk.
Don't know where CID are, do you, Sarge?
No, sorry. Must have gone out before I came in.
Thanks.
Sheena Rossi. How much do you want? We've got 3 volumes, soon to be a major motion picture.
I've got to bring her in.
Take your running shoes.
Yeah.
What do you need? Your dress?
It's a bit embarrassing.
What is?
I lost her. Well, she lost me.
I see you've already had a go, have you?
Yes.
You should have come to me first. Local intelligence officer here to help. But I can't help you if you don't ask me.
Well, I'm asking you now, Kath, OK? Where would she go?
Where was she headed when you lost her?
She was driven off in a blue Cortina by a bloke she must have known.
Any number?
No.
You're not helping yourself much, are you? Still, it may not matter. Got an idea. There she is.
Oh.
Danny Pierce. Name ring a bell? Terry Pierce's brother drives a blue Cortina. Here's the address. If you can't find him there, I should try Maltese Mike's Club in Kirby Street. There you go. There.
It's a long way.
Yep.
Kath, have you got your car here today?
Not insured for prisoners.
Please, it's important to me.
Why didn't you come to me in the first place? There you go.
Thanks.
Drugs? I hate them. You can smell the stink of them a mile off. Have a look at that mob over there. Dodgy or what?
Do you want to try him, Gov?
Maybe. All right, let's go and have a chat. You can stay here and look after the drinks, Tosh.
Hey, I've got to go. Viv will be back with Sheena.
In a minute. Police, come out.
What's going on?
You tell me.
Fire exit.
Nothing. What did I tell you? You can smell it.
But I can smell something else.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's the hands.
Not in very good nick, are they? Someone's been using the wrong washing up liquid.
police.
Hey, I ain't done nothing, okay?
This your car?
No, it's nothing to do with me.
Open the bonnet.
It's nothing to do with me.
Just open the bonnet. Excuse me. I've come to see Mike.
Who shall I say?
He's expecting me.
You auditioning?
Maybe. Tell me where Mike is and you can watch.
Good. Mike!
Are you the new girl?
Yeah, you could say that.
It won't stop, man. I'm telling you, man, it won't stop. I'd try this scripture if I was you.
Get off! Get your trust! Get off! I don't believe this.
You should never do that. You should never jump on and off a moving bus. Don't you know it's dangerous? I could turf you off at the next bus stop.
Shut up! You're not getting off right this time.
Get out of it!
Get up! Oh!
Oi! What do you think you're doing?
Oh, stop the bus!
Now listen here, young lady.
Oh, come on, I want to get off!
You'll have to wait like everybody else. I don't know what the world's coming to. Really, I don't.
This bus go anywhere near Wolf Road?
Yes, right past it. 2 stops. And if you're staying on, I should want to see that pass again.
All right. Which is Sheena's room?
Who are you?
Her sister.
Upstairs, on the right.
Jeez. Okay, Sheena, I've got you this time.
Come on then.
I'm not a social worker. I'm not going to run away. If you want a scrap, you've got it.
How hard are ya?
Try me. Want your medicine?
Give it here.
Legal, is it?
From the doctor, methadone.
What about this?
Give me that.
Doc know about this, does he?
Give.
You're coming in.
No.
Listen, Scraggins, we're not interested in you. You're someone's alibi. Understand?
Who?
I'm not that stupid. If you don't come with me now, I'm gonna go walkies with this lot, and we'll have you locked up.
What if I come?
Maybe we can do a deal. You talk to my colleague and we'll forget about this, okay? Well, you can suffer, Sheena. Yeah?
You're an old bitch.
Come on.
Just in time. Is the car okay?
I think so.
You what?
Viv hasn't been in, has she?
No.
Well, where is she?
No idea, mate.
Oh, yeah. What you got? Oh, yeah? Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll tell him. Thanks. Josh!
Yeah?
I've got some good news for you. You don't need Sheena Rossi anymore. They just found Pierce's prints all over that flat.
Well, thank God for that. I'll tell him downstairs.
Oh dear, what happened to you?
Looks like she had a bit of rough over lunchtime.
I was bringing in Sheena Rossi, actually.
Ah.
I'm not too late, am I? She's downstairs now.
There's been a development. We don't need her anymore.
Do what?
But thanks for bringing her in.
After all that.
Maybe we could do her for possession while she's here.
Yeah.
She's usually got something on her. Be your first proper CID nick.
She was clean.
Yeah, well, at least it gave you something to do. That is, if you actually were chasing Sheena Rossi. I still reckon you were having a bit of rough.
Don't you ever talk to me like that again! Sir?
Welcome to the firm, Viv.
Burnside lover making tea and smoking loose. Should be bored.
You sure you're not jealous?
Listen, if I wanted CID, I'd apply.
Of course you would, Tom.
Look at this. There's more slag kicking up out here than a cold ball tip.
It's Barton Street giving us all this grief, I swear it. They just shunt all the alkies and dossers off of their patch into our ground.
We're in for a full-blown cardboard city if this carries on.
Well, Harry, cold enough for you last night?
Bitter. I'm chilled to the bone.
Did you get off down the Sally Army?
I did. It's oozing bodies down there, man. I'm away to me work. Ta-ra.
Cheerio.
What's he work at then? Nicking?
Oh, he's on the building sites, I think. He sends most of his money up north. Sleeps here to make the difference. Any of that left, love? Yeah. Oh, lovely. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, sir.
That one over there, how old do you reckon he is?
I'd say.
Hello, son. Not seen you here before.
No,
Where are you from?
Blackpool. I'm off down the centre. You coming?
How old are you?
18. You coming, Derek?
Could be 18.
Yeah, 16 to me. Should we bring him in?
We're looking at 10 hours paperwork if we do due.
Give us a hand, son, will you?
Hey?
Stick your thumb on that.
They drew 1-1. The replay is scheduled for Tuesday down here. The Red Army's going to be swarming through our streets. What am I supposed to do?
You'll go.
There's no way I can police that kind of aggravation without exceeding this overtime limit.
You'll just have to take something off the early tell, won't you?
At 2 days' notice, sir.
If I could predict every time a football match was going to be drawn, I'd have won the pools, wouldn't I?
Couldn't you make an exception for this one, sir?
Tarek, these are not my instructions. They've come down from God.
That lot up there seem to think the job can do itself.
No, they just think we could be more efficient in our use of manpower.
What are you doing there, young? Well?
Crime figures from Inspector Monroe, sir.
Thank you. On your way. Couldn't we have a meet at lunchtime and discuss this properly, sir?
I'm afraid not. I'll give you a talk to the local bigwigs, Rotary Club lunch.
Oh, right. Well, I'll sort this out myself then, shall I? What are you speaking on?
Policing in the 90s.
Perish the thought. You can tell them from me, police in the 80s was a joke. The 90s is going to be a nightmare.
I might just do that.
Yeah, well, tread carefully, sir. You never know who's listening.
Well, they've asked for my personal opinions. That's what they're going to get. What are you doing in my office?
Surveyor's branch, measuring, sir. All finished. You can go in there.
Well, thank you.
Tin mug.
Tin mug.
Magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass.
Rabbit's foot.
For good luck, like.
Hasn't worked then, has it? Anything else?
Snot rag.
You can hang on to that.
Warmest toast in here.
Garfield, don't bring me any more. The cell's a chocker.
Yeah, but Sarge, he smashed a plate glass window. I was right there when he lobbed it.
And you stood by and watched, I suppose.
Yeah, well, his mate was threatening to glass me with a bottle of mess at the time. Sculled out of his head. I should have pulled him and all.
I'm glad you didn't. This place is turning into a dot house.
One coat.
I tried to get them to Blanton Street, but they've turned funny round there.
Oh, have they now?
Much nicer here.
Oh, yeah, Liberty Hall we are. Oh, I see you bought your lunch, have you? Minute. Hey. Anything else?
Ring pulls. There's 17.
Do we have to?
They're valuable, them. For 20, you get a free can of bitter.
What a wonderful world we live in. You just stand there, Garfield, search him.
Oh, well, Sarge, haven't you got any disposables?
Get on with it.
Lovely big semi on Archer Street.
Well, expensive, aren't they?
I get the mortgage. Banks throwing money at me. It's the repayments.
Yeah, crippling, isn't it?
Anyway, Bob Clark's put me onto a firm. Might be able to do me a deal. I should hear today.
Well, I hope you get it.
Yeah. I've had up to here with a section house. Music and boozing all night. It's like living on a cross-channel ferry. That your lad from this morning?
Yeah.
You take the girl.
Yeah.
Right, short game.
Nothing.
Just running for the exercise, were you?
If you like.
You were begging.
I weren't.
What's this around your neck then? Christmas card?
It's a placard. I weren't doing nothing.
Begging is illegal, understand?
You can't touch me, I was just sitting there.
I'll do more than touch your son. I'll fill your collar for you.
Oh, poxy coppers.
Less of the lip.
Slag.
Right, you're nicked.
Tell that lot their duties are changed for Tuesday, will you?
Again. That's 3 weeks on the spin this release been messed about. So
I know.
well, they're not liking it.
Well, they'll just have to live with it.
Right. Well, one other thing,
Sorry to disturb, sir. Surveyor's branch. All right if I come in and take you...
No, it is not.
Oh, right.
What are they doing here? Have you had notification?
No, sir. I wanted a word about Barton Street, sir.
I'll give her a transfer.
You'd have to drag me there. No, it appears that they've taken to pushing all their vagrants over onto our ground.
Who says?
Sergeant Peters. There's been a sharp increase in Alka Frolics sleeping in Cranbeck Park, and we've got a little cardboard city developing down the underpass.
We've got enough on without Barton Street's debris clogging the station up.
Exactly, sir.
Eileen, get me Chief Inspector Brock at Barton Street, will you? Wouldn't be the first time he's pulled a stroke like this. We've had dead bodies dumped on the doorstep from that nick.
Sorry, sir, I thought my colleague was doing you.
No, nobody's doing me. Not now, not today, not at all. Thank you. Chief Inspector Brock, Conway, Sunhill. You and me are going to have words.
Spare the rod and spoil the child. I don't know about you, Mr. Brownlow, but if they brought back the birch, I don't think we'd have half this teenage hooliganism.
That's a popular view.
As a headmaster, when we had the cane, I found myself beating the same bottom time and again. Which rather suggests it wasn't a very effective
Or you didn't have enough power to your elbow, James?
That could be. My training was in education, not flagellation. As you can see, Chief Superintendent, some of my friends have firm opinions.
Well, I believe in people speaking freely.
Oh, yes, so do I, but it always profoundly depresses me when they do. You may be interested to know that one of our guests today is a senior civil servant.
Really?
Home Office.
Can't lock me up unless you've charged me.
Barrister, are you?
I'm on my rights.
You will be detained until my inspector decides what to do with you.
Oh, what's that smelly runks in here?
That is the aroma of Benny you're savouring, my son. Your cellmate for the duration.
Just rubbing them through, Sergeant Peters.
Benny, this is a lock-up, not a laundrette. Now keep them out of there.
I'm not staying here with him.
Only so we've got, Jimmy. That's all right, son. I'm going to have a kip.
Oh, please, Sergeant.
Could be an education for you. Who knows, you could be face to face with your future. Have a good look, eh?
No, you see, Superintendent, you name it. Football hooligans, lager louts, layabouts begging in the streets, our colonial friends rioting whenever they fancy. Anarchy. That's the way it's going.
Yes, but what's the answer?
The police have got CS gas, rubber bullets, am I right, Mr. Brownlow?
They are available in certain circumstances, yes.
But they're never you. Now, why is that? Because your hands are tied, Mr. Brownlow, by namby-pamby liberal opinion that can't see what's staring it in the face. Everything's got to be softly, softly, instead of letting the police sort things out.
Doesn't it occur to you that such an approach might just escalate the problems?
How much worse can it get? Law and order's breaking down. We've got no-go areas in parts of this borough where they beat up police dogs and rip the heads off parking meters with impunity.
You said yourself, James, that the schools are getting out of hand. Parental discipline is breaking down. If young people won't respect authority, then they have to be dealt with firmly.
The police ought to be allowed to get on with the job instead of all this wishy-washy community constable stuff.
What do you think, Chief Superintendent?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to wait for my speech.
Well, don't pull any punches, Mr. Brownlow. You're among friends here.
What's going off over there, then?
I'll put this across your mouth if you say that again.
All right. See? He's threatening me. You ought to arrest him.
Belt up. You put that away.
I've got a job to do. These toilets are going to be locked.
All in good time.
Oh, side with him, won't you? We need them
I am not
toilets.
siding with anyone. Now let's be a bit sensible about this.
Move them off.
Will you stop giving me orders?
Look, he's doing this on us deliberate. These are the only loos for miles.
Are the loos damaged?
No.
See?
That's why the council want them sealed. Before this bunch of lip-happy yobbos can wreck them.
We ain't gonna wreck them.
Why should we?
They're public property, them loos.
Yeah, and you're a public nuisance, son. Can't you shift them?
Will you stop winding it up? I'm going to sort this.
Half-decent copper would have nicked this lot by now.
All right, you lot, let's have your off out of it.
You're taking his
This
side.
bloke has got a job to do.
I've just had the fire brigade on to me about your cardboard city.
Yes, sir.
Well, apparently it's a key access route onto the back of the industrial estate. If it gets clogged with people sleeping rough, they're worried it'll block their passage.
Right, sir. Do we clear them?
It'll solve a few problems, yeah.
I'll get a van together then. Want them shifted Barton Street way?
Don't tempt me. Just move them along, eh?
Right, sir.
The words of the old musical song, which echo from a time when members of Her Majesty's Constabulary were widely looked upon as friends of the public. Alas, those good old days are long gone. And before I talk about the challenges of policing in the 1990s, I would like to speak a little about what it's like policing the inner city today. On the streets, my officers daily encounter disrespect, abuse, and downright bloody-mindedness. Respect for the law amongst all sections of the community, both high and low, from yobbos to yuppies, is in short supply. And the old Dixon of dark green diplomacy, which once enabled the police to maintain the peace, is no longer of any avail. It's all your fault.
Shut your cake holes!
Sit down there. June, I've had a result for missing persons on that lad you brought in this morning for begging.
Was he 18?
Yeah, just turned. Now, can you go and have a word with him? Interview rooms are full, so you can use my office, right? He's in number 4.
Not charging him then?
Nah, Munro doesn't think it's worth a hassle. Probably wouldn't get it past the post.
Doing me fine. Got a basket full of paperwork won't be processed anyway.
Excuse us.
What's going off with those two?
Don't know. Hope they're building more cells. At this rate, we're going to need them. Right, you lot.
Policing the inner city in the 90s will be no easy matter. Crime, confrontation and social unrest are increasing. So yes, we need more resources, more manpower, more equipment. But there are no simplistic solutions. And if you were to ask me what I want most from you, the public, it's this. A realization that you cannot go on looking to the police to hold the lid down and to paper over the cracks of a society that is in fundamental moral and material decline. In the inner city, the root problems are unemployment, poverty, and an increasingly desperate housing situation. The old working-class communities of terraced housing, which once gave the area cohesion and stability, are being ripped apart and gentrified. We have a younger generation, many with no proper jobs, no homes, and little prospect of ever being able to afford one. There are 50,000 homeless in London. I make no party political point here. Governments of all persuasions have failed to tackle the problem. But the consequence of this basic malaise, vagrancy, theft, drugs, violent assaults are all increasing. What then is the answer? A tougher approach? Saturation policing? Harsher punishments? I spoke to a young man arrested for throwing petrol bombs at a recent riot. He said to me, I've had no proper education, no job, I've no home. I've been nicked for thieving, I've done borstal, and I've been in prison. What else can you do to me? What else indeed? Bringing back the birch and other such instant popular remedies will make little impression on such young men as these.
So, you were on a training scheme up north?
Yeah, 30p an hour and treat you like a doormat. Turning to be a dog's body that way.
Well, have you tried for a job down here?
Yeah. Can't get a job without an address. Can't get an address without cash. And you can't get cash without a job. Magic round about this.
So you beg?
You trying to make me admit it?
No. Look, have you tried ringing your parents?
What for? They don't give a monkeys.
They reported you missing, Derek.
So?
Well, so your mum's probably worried sick. Go on. Put her mind at rest.
It's a waste of time.
You let me decide that. Go on, ring her.
Probably get him.
Who?
Frank, my stepfather. Mum remarried, see. Me and him don't hit it off. Told me to sling me hook.
He might have changed his mind. People say things in the heat of the moment.
Wasn't like that. He stuffed all my gear in a suitcase and took me out hot street. Mum? It's Derek. Down London. I'm fine, yeah. I'm in police station. No. Yeah, this one here. I'll speak to you.
WPC Ackland, Sun Hill. No, he hasn't been charged. Well, look, love, he was roaming the streets. Is there any possibility of him returning home? I see.
What I've said today is an expression of my own personal views about policing in the 90s. I do believe that we need to take a sober and self-critical look at the world we're living in. Young people are our future. We need to care for them before we correct them. We need to provide for them well before we punish them too harshly. The inner city is no green and pleasant land, but we can prevent it from becoming a battlefield. We must stir ourselves from our own comfort and complacency and deal with the problems of inner city deprivation. The police officers may not be able or willing to act as the frontline troops for a society at war with itself. Thank you.
Get in there, driver. Break them up.
Why have we got to move? We weren't causing any bother.
We're obstructing access.
Scumbags! We weren't doing any harm. Where are we supposed to go now then?
Dunno.
Where's my gear? Poxy filth.
Let's cut the back chat and move it.
See you then.
Ta-ra, Harry.
Hope we don't.
I have a feeling we might.
You understand what Inspector Munro said to you?
Yeah.
If you're brought in again, this incident may be taken into consideration. Enjoy your stay with us?
Not a lot.
Well, just don't end up like Benny in there. Straighten up and fly right, understand?
Yeah.
I don't want to see you in here again. Show him the door. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What's that?
Fleas, I've been bitten.
God.
I told you, no more alcoholics in here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarge.
Hey, those blokes from the surveyor's branch still here?
Yeah, they're up in the canteen.
Hang on here a minute.
Thank you for coming, Chief Superintendent. Much appreciated.
I hope I wasn't too alarmist.
Oh, I share your opinions. No point in ducking the issue.
Bye, James.
Bye.
Thank you for the meal.
Pleased you could come.
Thank you for your speech, Mr. Brown.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I didn't say I enjoyed it. Bye.
I'm afraid our friend from the Home Office didn't like what he heard.
No, it seems not.
Bang goes your promotion, eh? Oh, sorry, a stupid remark.
Hi, lads, could you do me a favour? I've got a cell needs fumigating. Reckon you can rustle up one of your fellas to do it?
Doubt it. Unlikely.
You're from the surveyor's branch, aren't you?
Yeah. Different department, see? Sorry.
What's all this in aid of?
Dunno. Just routine.
All right. Thanks. I'll get back to you.
How'd you get on?
They do me the mortgage. It ain't much cheaper than a bank. Can't hack it. Unless they double my wages next week.
Fat chance.
I'll be stuck in the section house until I retire at this rate.
Can you spare something for some food, missus?
Go away.
I haven't eaten today.
Come on, Mary.
Here. Make sure you spend it on food.
Oh, Tap. Yeah, I will.
Goodbye.
Brownlow?
Goodbye.
You looking for something?
No?
What are you doing then?
I'm keeping watch over this.
What is it?
A hole.
You think someone's going to pinch it?
Somebody might fall down it, child or an animal.
That's true. Yeah, you're quite right. Who put it there?
Nobody put it there, sir. It appeared overnight.
Can you smell gas?
No?
Me neither. Never could. I was in Malta during the war.
Hello, Derek. I'm just off to the Commander's Strategic Forward Planning meeting.
That sounds interesting.
Yes, first time I've been invited.
What's it all in aid of, then, this meeting?
Well, no doubt we'll be kicking about various ideas for the future policing of the division.
Well, it's nice to know they're listening to the man at the sharp end for a change.
Yes, it's very encouraging. As you know, I've felt for some time that I'm ready for increased responsibility.
Certainly are, sir.
Elizabeth?
What I wanted to say, sir, was there's a Mr. Stark here to deal with the Turnham case.
Well, I'll leave that in your hands, Derek.
181 from Sierra Oscar.
181 receiving.
Give your exact location, please, Marika.
Lumley Street, opposite Tesco's.
Right, remain at that location. You'll be picked up and brought back here.
What's this in aid of, George?
Mr. Conway's got a snake down his trousers. Wants you to charm it.
Moron.
Charles, this is Mr. Ballinger from the Home Office Research Unit.
How do you do, Mr. Ballinger?
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Brownlow.
And Mr. Allnut, who's a security consultant.
Chief Superintendent.
Mr. Allnut.
Take a seat, gentlemen. Mr. Allnut, you've contributed a great deal to our thinking. Perhaps you'd like to run the background ideas past Mr. Brownlow.
Certainly, Commander.
My call's through to Mr. Munro's extension, Eileen, until I tell you otherwise. Any idea when I'm going to get my office back?
I shan't take any more time than I need.
Because I have got police work to be getting on with.
Of course, Chief Inspector. We're all on the same side.
Come in. WPC data, Mr. Stark. He'll explain.
Thank you, Mr. Conway.
Sit down, please, Constable Data.
I'd like to ask you a few questions. I shan't keep you away from your duties any longer than necessary.
Sir, could you tell me what this is about, sir?
Well, I could say it was routine inquiries, couldn't I? But that wouldn't help you and wouldn't be intended to. As you're well aware, there are times when an interview is more productive if the subject is not aware of the object. I'd like to start by asking you some questions about yourself and your experience here at Sunhill.
Sorry to interrupt.
Well?
I'd like to know if this is a matter where I should be advised by a Federation representative or a solicitor, sir.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, chase the council, will you, George? I've been here an hour already.
You still here?
Looks like it.
Want to get that filled in?
It's being dealt with, sir.
No, it's not.
Not busy yourself today, sir?
Not this morning, no.
So PC Turnham is a friend?
A friend at work, if you want to put it like that.
You don't just see him at work.
It's where I mostly see him.
We go out together.
We don't.
Secret?
Is what a secret?
That you were with him at La Grillade on December the 8th and Le Clos Manin on January the 4th.
I don't remember the dates.
Oh, but you have been to those places with Turnham.
Yes, I have.
Right. So you do go out together. That's what the words mean.
Going out together, it sounds like a relationship or something. That's what I thought you meant.
And you were very quick to deny it. So what brought you together at these places outside of working hours?
Food. They're restaurants.
An interesting companion, Turnham. Public school boy, Cambridge graduate, a man of education and refinement. You find you had a lot to talk about?
I have been known to read the odd book myself, sir, without moving my lips.
suppose you'll be having trouble with your feet standing round like this all day.
You may well be right, sir.
Apart from the bunions and fallen arches, there's the blood. Rushes to your ankles. They go up like balloons. I went about artificial hips. But they said I never needed none.
To meet these increasing challenges, you'll be expected to field less manpower than at present. Now that means substituting technology, telecommunications, flexible and efficient premises for sheer numbers of personnel.
You can see this has considerable implications for an inner-city police area like ours. We have to be ready to deal with all kinds of trouble, even if we hope that they don't all materialize. Speaking freely now, how well do you think Sunhill can cope with developments over the next 10 or 20 years?
Well, sir, I've made no secret of the fact that I think that Sunhill is far from ideal. Accommodation and access leave a lot to be desired. And if we're to have an even greater demand on our resources, I don't see how we can cope.
Well, we're here to tell you that your observations have been borne very much in mind. Mr. Ballinger?
Thank you, Commander.
You took your time, didn't you?
Sierra Oscar from 800. Are you receiving? Over. The council are dealing with the whole, George. They don't need me.
Understood. Await further instructions.
I'm due for a break.
Yeah, well, change is as good as a rest, mate. I'll get back to you.
They wouldn't have lasted long in Malta.
Malta?
In the war. Full of holes, that was. Couldn't waste time standing looking at them.
This isn't a bomb crater.
Could be.
There hasn't been an explosion.
Not yet.
On every occasion, Richard Turnham saw you straight home after the meal, wished you good night at the doorstep, and that was that.
Yes.
Did he ask you back to his place for coffee or a nightcap?
No. Is there something funny about that?
The first opportunity, nothing funny at all. The second? And the third?
I've got a steady boyfriend. An approach would have been unwelcome. I was glad Richard spared us both the embarrassment.
Oh, I accept that Richard Turnham's gentlemanly conduct was a pleasant surprise. But it was a surprise, wasn't it?
You think Richard's gay? I happen to know there's a woman he goes off with at weekends.
Who's that?
I don't know. He's not like the others. He doesn't come into the nick in the morning shouting about getting his leg over the night before. He keeps things to himself.
So Richard Turnham has an active love life and keeps it secret. That's very helpful, Constable Datter. Thank you for your cooperation.
Is that it, sir?
Yes, that's it as far as you're concerned. You can return to your duties.
The hole's been dealt with. He's screaming for a break.
Any traffic lights down anywhere?
No, afraid not, Gov.
All right, send him to the shop in King Street.
Yeah, but the area car's already gone round to the...
Didn't raise that as a topic for discussion. That was an order, Garfield.
Well, I do care about the state of the world. Don't make no bones about that.
Find you can talk to the other lads about it. State of the world.
Some more than others.
Garfield?
George is a good lad, one of the best. But I don't think he loses much sleep about the future of the planet.
Turnham?
Oh, Richard's an educated man. Cambridge, you know.
Isn't all about Cambridge.
He's the sort of bloke who does a bit of thinking.
About the future of the planet?
Ecology, the environment, pollution, yeah.
So you and Turnham think what? That we're all doomed to destruction if we don't change our ways?
We're concerned about the way things are going.
So the whistleblowers and protesters have got a point?
Yeah.
Turnham thinks that?
I should think that's what he'd say. You'd have to ask him, though.
I will. So if some protest group were planning to sabotage a pipeline that put nuclear waste into the sea, Turnham would have sympathy with that?
Well, I don't know about sympathy. If it was against the law, he'd nick 'em for it.
Would he?
Yeah, same as I would.
So, a Cambridge man thinks just the same as you do. All right, Melvin.
Those are the key ideas. Now, let's see how they can be realised on the ground. Mr. Brownlow, this is a divisional police station for the 21st century. State-of-the-art, intelligent building combining user-friendliness and combat survivability with low running costs.
That's very impressive. Where's it going to be?
Sun Hill.
An area card dealt with the incident before I was assigned to it.
Look, it's no good having a pop at me, Rich. I'm only the man on the microphone. Anyway, you know what they say. Anyone can make a cock-up, but it takes the Metropolitan Police to organise one.
You want Quinnan now?
No, I'll grab some lunch now. I'll tackle Quinnan when he's just come off duty. Well, keep him Turnham out of the way.
Yes, at the expense of a considerable waste of police time.
So you see, we're not talking about demolition, Mr. Brownlow. We're talking about extensive refurbishment.
And where are we all supposed to go?
You stay right where you are. Well, you'll have to move rooms from time to time. But it's all phased so that in the severest winter months, only a few of your officers will be in porter cabins at any one time. Nobody's denying that it's a challenge, Charles. But if anyone can maintain a cool head and continue to deliver a top-line public service in these conditions, it's you. Yeah, this might give you a better idea. Look, that's the new front desk area. See, it's open plan. The public will feel much more at ease the way they do in a modern bank or building society.
And at the same time, it constitutes a defensible space. Your lines of sight are much more comprehensive. And you can drop an armoured shutter over the front door that can stand up to an RPG-7 rocket attack.
I'm not expecting a rocket attack.
Yes, well, that's what they would have said in Belfast in 1969.
Charles, how often have you complained about the access to Sun Hill's custody area?
Well, having to take prisoners down the main corridor towards reception is certainly unsatisfactory.
Well, the redesigned station will have direct access to the custody area from a secure yard.
You'll be able to process busloads of detainees.
Under what circumstances?
Unforeseen emergencies. And you'll have a decent hydraulic barrier to seal off the yard.
Tucked away discreetly, nothing to alarm the public.
None of this business of driving armoured personnel carriers against the gates when the hooligans are revving up the base.
We don't operate armoured personnel carriers.
No, but the security forces would.
Yes, well, that won't be Charles's concern. He'd have signed over to the military by then, so I don't think we need to pursue that.
Note the way all your electronics interfaces will be ducted for discrete cable management.
Oh, Dave's there? Yeah, I know. Let's leave him to it, eh?
Quinnan, I said to myself, and one word triggers another, doesn't it? Quinnan. Bow Street. Quinnan. The lad was something in his locker.
Oh, I thought I was all clear on that one, Gov.
Did you?
It was a genuine mistake. I was looking after it for a friend.
That's what you said at the time.
My explanation was accepted.
At the time. Still in your file, though.
Well, why rake it up now, Gov?
Rake it up? Oh, no reason at all, none at all. Unless some aspect of your current conduct casts doubt on your earlier explanation.
As God's my witness, I'm clean.
You know how to convince us.
How?
By cooperating.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to tell me the truth about Castle Street.
Castle Street? I never found nothing in my locker at Castle Street.
Never mind your locker, Quinnan. I'm not investigating athlete's foot.
We wouldn't be talking about a certain senior officer's lady wife, would we? You've heard the rumours?
I've heard the rumours, yeah. I want the truth.
Well, the fact is, the way she went over the side, you would have thought we were on board the Titanic.
Quinnan. The truth.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes. You're going to have to hang on here a bit, Turnham. Somebody wants to speak to you from MI11.
You're supposed to be helping me, Quinnan.
I'm doing my best.
You're just making up silly stories. You're just telling me what you think I want to hear.
I'm not making it up, Gov.
A woman in that situation? Come on.
I know it for a fact.
How? Unless you're telling me you've been there yourself.
No. Not me personally. I mean, we're talking about a bit of posh here, Gov. She's not going to go bandy for a bit of Cockney slag from Collier's Wood now, is she? Be fair.
Oh, come on, Quinnan. You're wasting my time.
Right. A bloke who's at Sun Hill now. Turnham. He tried to keep stum about it, but I'll tell you how I know. He was living in a section house. I had a bedsit. I used to let him have the key of an evening if he was on a promise.
Doesn't mean to say it was her.
I came home one night and bumped into her on the stairs. That is all I know.
Yes, Quinnan, that'll do nicely.
Norika, I'd buy that drink, but I've got to hang around for a while.
Rich, are you being stuck on for something?
No? Why?
Are you in any trouble?
What do you mean, trouble?
Maybe I got the wrong end of the stick. I'll see you.
Brian Stark, MI11. Constable Turnham. You've been telling lies.
It'll end in tears, sir. You mark my words.
We mustn't start off with a negative attitude, Derek. They're offering us a police station for the 21st century.
Well, why do we have to have it now?
Oh, lovely.
That's north.
Oh, yes, right. Right, I've got my bearings now. At the front entrance, all the ground floor windows go. We're replaced by blast-proof embrasures with optimal sight lines and protection from carbon.
I'll believe that when I see it.
This isn't a blueprint, Derek. It's just a preliminary sketch. I'm going to get enough carping from certain quarters without you adding to it as well, thank you. Listen. The whole idea is to make the new front entrance as accessible as possible to the public. The emphasis will be on user-friendliness, right? This way, Derek.
User-friendliness.
That way the public will feel more at ease, like they do in a bank or a building society. Here.
That isn't even part of the nick.
It's been acquired by police estates. I've been trying to explain to you, Derek. We're taking over the whole place. It gives us much more room to maneuver.
But it's always been very handy. I mean, whenever we pull an abscare kid, we just march him round here by the scruff of his neck and hand him over to social services. I mean, are they really serious about this, sir, or what?
This is progress, Derek. It's the message I've been given, it's the message I'm giving to you, and I expect you to pass it down the line with good grace, all right?
Well?
I'm sorry, I really have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
The Ulysses.
The pub?
The Irish pub.
They used to play Irish music.
Oh, they did more than that.
You're talking about ancient history before I went up to Cambridge.
Oh, that isn't very long ago in grown-ups' terms. They did more than play Irish music. They took up a collection at the end of every evening.
For the families of Irish political prisoners.
Oh, you believe that, did you?
I expect that's where some of the money went, yes.
And some of it went to buy 7.62mm ammunition to blow the heads off British soldiers.
I was a kid.
And policemen and women.
Look, there wasn't a lot of choice in the matter. They rattled a tin under your nose and you paid up to keep the peace.
You signed your name under duress as well, did you?
My name?
We, the undersigned, call for the withdrawal of the British Army of Occupation from the 6 counties of Northern Ireland and for the disbanding of the Ulster Defence Regiment. Signed, Richard Turnham.
I had some rather simplistic political views in those days.
Oh, rather simplistic, were they?
I was 17.
Wars are fought by 17-year-olds, Turnham. Most of them don't know what they're doing either, but they have to take the consequences. They don't have your advantages. Question. Are you now, or have you ever been, engaged in any sexual relationships which could render you open to pressure or influence? Answer, no.
That's the truth.
Take your time, son. I'm giving you a chance for you to say it your way.
When I was interviewed the first time, I gave an honest answer. I did not believe the relationships I'd had exposed me to pressure or influence.
And what
that
about?
must always be a subjective judgment, based on one's knowledge of the specific circumstances and the character of the other person involved.
Turnham, you can blow this sort of smoke at a Cambridge tutorial, but don't try it on with me. You were rogering your chief super's old woman.
You got that from Quinnan.
I got it off the bog wall at Castle Street.
With all due respect, Mr. Stark, I'd like you to consider whether you're counting these relatively innocent associations...
Innocent?
Relatively innocent. Whether you're counting them against me because what you really don't like about me is my education and my background and the sound of my voice.
Who says I'm counting anything against you?
Well, it seems to me that this sordid ferreting around in my affairs is aimed at providing grounds for rejecting my application.
You'll get a fair crack at the whip. You've got a lot going for you. Education, intelligence, aptitude for languages. You won't get blown out by anything I've turned up. But Turnham, if you find the process of positive vetting distasteful, you might need to ask yourself whether special branch is where you really want to work.
Not minimising the problems, Derek. And we could emerge from this travail with a more effective organisation. Thank you. Okay. Offering a better service to the public, which is, after all, the bottom line.
Yes, well, if anybody can put us through this in one piece, sir, it's you.
Oh, thank you, Derek. And I hope you'll see this as a token that I, too, have every confidence in your abilities.
Am I to understand?
I'm placing the day-to-day implementation of the refurbishment in your hands. Of course, I shall continue to take a keen interest in the strategic view of the work, but you wouldn't want me meddling with the nuts and bolts, allocating accommodation, chasing up contractors, that sort of thing. I'll leave all that to you.
Sir, I have to... Well, the last thing I want to be is a barrack room lawyer.
No, of course not.
But strictly speaking, I am in charge of operations, sir. I mean, this does strike me as a classic example of admin.
Oh, no. I see it very much as an operation. Something on the lines of a lung and heart transplant. With a bit of brain surgery thrown in.
He should have been undrawn and bleeding quartered. You look as if you're going to burst a blood vessel, Frank. I'll have you yet, you cocky little slag. There's ladies present, Frank. Hold it, Frank. I'm going to kill Melvin. Excuse me. All go in, eh?
Young, it's plain clothes, not panto. This is a street crime initiative.
Sorry, Sarge.
Go on, get lost. All of you! Where have you been?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarge.
Is that all you've got to say? We've been ringing the section house for you.
Oh, I'm only 5 minutes late.
Where have you been? You've not been in the section house all night.
Actually, Sarge, I think this is only the 3rd or 4th time I've been late.
And what about yesterday?
We weren't on duty yesterday.
You were due in court. You better have a damn good excuse. OK, everybody, you can go.
I was away. I went away.
Yeah, we know that. You better go and see Inspector Munro, now.
I don't know how I could have forgotten it.
Strange, isn't it?
Honest, Sarge.
Listen, Melvin, you walk through life like a sanctimonious little prefect. Well, this time you better sort out your own sloppy behaviour.
You're working with me today, Ken. Munro's been having the airy fits looking for you.
Lucky?
Come in.
Melvin.
I'm sorry, sir. I went to Ireland on a short break.
And you thought you'd chance it, did you, son?
No, sir.
Missed the boat?
No, sir. It slipped my mind.
You thought I'm having such a good time here, I'm not going back for some rubbish court case. Is that what you thought?
No, sir.
Do you remember what the case was?
Yes, sir. GBH with intent.
But it slipped your mind?
Yes, sir.
And what do you think the outcome was?
I don't know, sir.
Can you guess? We were unable to proceed.
I'm sorry, sir.
You mess up and you spoil it for the rest of us. I consider this an extremely serious matter.
Sir?
I inherited this relief. I intend to whip you back into a team of officers who want to graft for each other. What I want is hard workers. If I haven't got them from here, I intend to find them elsewhere. Am I making myself understood?
Yes, sir.
I've been impressed with some of the officers on this relief. Others have left me uninspired. Consider this a warning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Early this morning, sir.
Oi, Melvin, come here. You divhead. I thought at least you were dead.
No, sir.
What are you playing at? You saw Hinks drop that knife over the bridge, and then you let him walk away scot-free.
I went away to...
I don't care whether you were in Rome playing tiddlywinks with a pope. I don't need a sick note, Melvin.
I thought maybe I might have written the wrong date down.
Quite apart from everybody's time and money that you've wasted, we have missed an opportunity of nicking Stephen Hinks. The case crashed without you, Melvin. What are you, a Section 8? You cretin. Next time, before you go waltzing off around the country, check!
Do you want to get changed? So, did you have a nice break?
You keep away from me. Look, I can't apologise. You had that Hinks on a plate and you let him get away. I've been in this wheelchair for 5 stinking months.
Here, look. I've got your bottle of whiskey.
I don't want that. You get that with the money they give you. Leave me alone. I don't need your help.
Hold up.
You gummed it up, Burnside. They give you a pension, did they?
Look, it was an unfortunate cocker.
I've got no more business with you, Burnside. One of your boys is on the drip.
Nobody on my team is bent.
Yeah, the word is someone at Sunhill's being a bit swift.
Rubbish.
If my information was bad, I wouldn't be sitting here with half a kidney missing, would I?
I'm sorry.
I've got no more business with you.
I'll have Hinks, you'll see.
I'll get on the back phone. You take it back. There's someone in there. Sarah Oscar 595 receiving.
Go ahead, 595.
An alarm bell is ringing at 102 McFarren Road. Suspect burglary in progress. We require assistance. Over.
Assistance on its way.
Police! Tony! Oi! Come! You're next!
Sierra Oscar from 416 receiving, over.
Go ahead, 416.
Tony!
Go ahead, 416.
The burglars escaped into Cassidy Road. We require assistance.
Should be with you by now.
Oh, no.
Must be a cat burglar.
What are you doing here?
It's all right, sir. I'm a police officer.
Can I see your ID, please?
Yeah, sure. Hang on. Look, here's my radio. I can't seem to find my ID. I must have dropped it upstairs.
Let's go.
Hang on. Sierra Oscar from 416 receiving, over.
Go ahead, 416.
I seem to be minus my warrant card. I must have dropped it in the struggle with the suspect. There's a gentleman here who wants to see my ID.
Sorry, this is Brick Lane Minicab Service. I think you got the wrong number.
Don't mess around!
All right, Ken. Is it Tony with you?
Tony!
What's the problem, Ken?
Show him your warrant card.
Certainly. Picked up the perp. He's on his way back to the nick.
How do I know this is genuine?
You don't.
Is this your house, sir?
No, it belongs to Mrs. Crooks.
Mrs. Crooks? I'm afraid there's been a burglary.
Oh, Lord.
I had to remove my shoes. Sorry, there's a bit of a mess. I don't know what we can do about your carpet.
No.
When you can, we'll need a list of everything that's been taken. There shouldn't be a problem as we pick the man up.
Well, that's good.
I don't think he got away with anything from in here.
I just tidied this room.
No, unfortunately, the whole lot came down. I'll just go and look for my warrant card in the bedroom.
My jewellery.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, Tosh.
We haven't seen you for a few years.
I've been really good, honest.
Too good for us to catch, eh? How's the kids?
Aye, they're great. Jolie's going to university, reading criminal law.
Congratulations.
First one in the family. Brilliant.
So, what are we going to do about these?
Well, I'll be 100% with you, Tosh. Cash dispenser wasn't working this morning. Be one of the days.
Find your warrant card?
No.
That black geezer didn't believe me. I thought he was going to give me a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
Well done, you two. Good result.
Cheers, Tosh.
Do you get a list of items from the woman?
Yeah, she made a start.
Good lad.
I'm going to get a cup of tea before I do my notes.
Yeah, one for me, please. 2 sugars.
You, went to Ireland then?
Yeah.
You lost something? For religious reasons, was it?
Do what?
Well, 'cause you and your girlfriend are really into the church, aren't you?
Look, Dave, why don't you just push off and go and get on someone else's nerves, eh?
That's not very Christian, is it?
Give it a rest, will ya?
I wonder if I could have a look at the list I gave the officer this morning.
I'm sorry, madam. What's this concerning?
I'm Mrs. Crooks, hello. I think I may have omitted an item.
It's all right, Marika. Mrs. Crooks, I'm Detective Constable Lyons. If Mrs. Evans answers, can you tell her that her husband's here?
Sure.
So, I'm handling your case now. I'll let you come down. How do you do?
How?
We've recovered everything. Well, let's go in here.
Oh, did you find my engagement ring?
We've got everything on the list, but I don't recall anything about a ring.
It has a very small diamond.
Tosh, there's no reply.
Well, keep trying. Morning. Do you want to get through?
Can I leave this here for PC Melbourne?
Yes, madam. Who shall I say it's from?
Oh, no, it's all right. Bye.
Right. Now, what's this ring look like?
Ken, this came for you.
How did this get here?
It was delivered by hand.
Sorry, Tom. Hello, Michael.
Mr. Burnside, what a surprise.
There's an engagement ring missing. Yeah?
I gave you everything.
Hang on, before you start, I know you're an honest villain, Michael. I mean, you're almost free to go. But we need you to return the ring.
I haven't got it, boys.
Well, perhaps you lost it. I mean, very likely you've forgotten about it. Maybe you put it somewhere. In your trousers. Have a look.
What's all this about? I don't trust you, Burnside.
If you've swallowed it, I'll wait for it to come out the other end.
You can X-ray me.
Strip search would be easier.
What? Are you queer?
I don't think any of this is necessary. It probably just fell out somewhere. Where do you reckon it fell out?
Look, there's no ring, honest, on my daughter's life.
I'll tell you what. Let's organise a strip search.
How did Stevie Hinks get off?
That's none of your business.
Somebody had to be in the inside track.
Are you asking me or telling me?
You know Stevie's pimping?
Is he?
Aye. A blonde bird he shacked up with. Does bob and ob for him down Carnaby Street.
That's very interesting. But you're still going to part your legs for us, Michael. Oi, Gov. Was that necessary? Yeah. Now I can set up a surveillance on Inks. Evans hasn't got the ring. Well, someone has. Yeah, you don't reckon that old Mrs. Crooks is doing her number on the insurance there? I don't know. Oi, Tony.
Yes, sir.
How long will it take you to make up your notes?
About 20 minutes.
You got 10. My office, right?
Hello. It's only me. I heard you in the garden.
Oh, hello.
Just a few things.
Will I have to go to court?
It's unlikely. We haven't found your ring, I'm afraid. So I thought I'd help you check around, see if the thief had dropped it somewhere.
Well, it's very kind of you, but I've just finished turning out the whole room.
Just hang on a sec. Right. Hey, have you notified the insurance?
Oh, it's just a silly ring. It's not worth much. Just sentimental value.
What, £200-300?
I doubt it. We had that much money when we got married. Oh, hang on.
Hey, this is not rubbish.
Yes, I've got more to come. I want it all gone.
This is a perfectly good idea now.
I want shot of it.
Hey, look, this is silly. Hang on, mate. Listen, I'm a police officer. Here, give it me.
I want to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about it, eh? If you want to get rid of it, I'll take it and give it to a charity. Cheers, mate, star.
Hey, look, you have no right.
But you're clearing things out to try and find your ring.
It's horrible. He's been to everything. Everything feels, I don't know, dirty. It's not the same. It's not mine anymore.
It's a very common reaction, Mrs. Crooks.
I don't feel safe anymore.
We've got the man. I know as it happens, and he's not the violent kind. Look, do you know a glazier we can get to fix the window?
Could he have hidden the ring anywhere? Did you pass any letterboxes?
No.
And you apprehended Evans by yourself?
Not quite by myself.
Why didn't Melvin assist?
I think he knocked over a tin of paint on the carpet. He was trying to clear it up.
Seems a bit accident prone.
He shook up about missing call.
Not his usual self.
No. He's usually reliable. Very solid partner. Good partner.
But you'd say he's unreliable at the moment?
No.
Is he worried about something?
I think about the court case.
So he seems worried?
Not unduly. I mean, I think he's worried about the case.
All right. Come in. I said you can go.
Thank you, sir.
Well, the woman's not blagging the insurance. Anyway, the ring's only worth KPs. It's just sentimental, according to her.
Do you think Melvin would do anything silly?
No. He's religious.
So?
Come on.
Burnside asked to see me, and he kept me waiting for half an hour. I think I mucked things up a bit.
Why?
I told him about the black man today.
You told him I didn't have my warrant?
No! Look, I shouldn't have mentioned it. He asked me a few questions about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You forgot your warrant card, you missed the trial.
Is he investigating me?
But there's obviously something wrong.
Was that what you said?
Come on, Ken, you can tell me.
Did Burnside put you up to this? I'm going to see him.
Ken!
We're giving Evans a complete body search, and he's clean, if you pardon the pun. So what do you want done with him?
Stick him on.
Right.
Can I have a word, sir?
I don't want to talk to you, Melvin.
Why?
Melvin?
Sarge?
I think you need to have a word with me, don't you?
Sarge.
What's wrong?
Nothing, Sarge.
I'm surprised at you. You don't talk to an inspector like that.
I just wanted to clear something up. I think I'm being investigated by Inspector Burnside.
Why?
Because of my failure to turn up at court. I think he's doing it unofficially.
Who told you that?
I can't say, Sarge. But if I'm being investigated in any way, I should be informed.
And what were you going to say to Mr. Burnside?
I was going to ask him.
You've got nothing to worry about, have you?
What's the principle of the thing, Sarge? I mean, I made a mistake, I can admit that.
Can you?
Yeah, but there's no reason for me to be victimised.
That's serious. If Mr. Burnside's angry with you, he's got every right to be.
Well, yes, Sarge, but he's got no right to go searching for a way to tarnish my character.
All right, I'll have a word with him.
There's something else, Sarge. I've booked a winter holiday, and, well, I'm worried. It might not be so good for me to go away now.
Where are you going?
Far East, Hong Kong.
Oh, nice. Look, don't take things so personally. I know it's not like you, but don't go charging and talking to an inspector like that. Have a word with me first if you've got a problem, all right?
Sarge.
What?
Melvin, you're not still hanging around the station like a rent boy, are you?
No, he was having a word with me, Tom.
I'm sorry, Bob. I don't want you thinking that one little arrest is going to make up for yesterday's fiasco.
No, Sarge.
Hinks!
Burnside.
I've just come to see you.
Well, that's unfortunate, because I'm off. I wonder if your lads could keep an eye on my place while I'm away. I'm going to Bermuda.
How long for, sir?
Depends on the weather.
What's the address?
I'm sure Mr. Burnside will fill you in the details.
It's usually care of Her Majesty's.
So long.
Oi, I want to have a word with you.
No, not now. I got the time. I'll send you a postcard.
You ain't going anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle by any chance, are you? I'm going to have that git.
Well, we can't have him for pimping, not without carrying out a week's surveillance.
He is not going to Bermuda.
Gotcha. Frank, you got a minute?
What?
Do you know if anyone's lodged a complaint against Ken Melvin?
Why?
I just had a word with him, and he's got it into his head that you've been asked to conduct an inquiry.
What for?
Come on, he's not an old sweat like you and me. He's worried that he's made an horrendous mistake. He doesn't normally make mistakes at all.
Yeah, well, he's making them now.
Oh, it happens. It goes in threes.
So what's he worried about?
He's going on holiday.
On holiday? He's just been to Ireland. Yeah, he's not going to Bermuda, is he?
No, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong? How does he afford that?
Well, he doesn't drink, does he?
Yeah, all right. Tell him I'll have a word.
Right.
Look what you've done. I didn't move. You're lucky, mate. This is not my new car. Look what you've done to my number plate. What about my bumper? You got your insurance details?
You what?
You got insurance?
Of course I have.
You sure?
Not on me.
Here, this is a new number plate. You got the reg document?
No, why?
This car, is it a ringer?
Don't wind me up.
Well, we can wait while someone brings it round to the station, or we can go to your place and pick them up.
Oh, look, I'll find something for you. Tony.
What?
Mrs. Crooks is here.
So?
Well, I can't hang about. I've got to meet someone.
Well,
You're a chum.
chump more like. Hello, Mrs. Crooks.
I found my ring.
Oh, that's good.
I put it on the windowsill to do some gardening.
There's no need to get upset about it.
I feel really silly. It's been a bit of a shock.
It's all right. We had a man in here yesterday reported his car stolen from the station. Turns out he'd taken the car to work and forgotten all about it.
A funeral procession would have been quicker than this. I've got a plane to catch.
We've got some further inquiries to make. Could take some time. Which way are you going?
In the car.
Who is it?
It's Ken Melvin.
He seems... What's he up to? If he's at it, I'll have him.
Are you following me?
No.
What about my bleeding plane?
We're on a job.
Stay here. Oi, Melvin.
Nothing.
You had an envelope dropped off to you this morning.
It was nothing. I left my warrant card in a friend's flat and she dropped it in for me.
Is that your friend?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to Ireland with her?
Yes, sir.
No wonder. She going to take you to Hong Kong?
Yeah?
Well, ain't you going to introduce us?
You stay there.
These are two of my colleagues from work.
Oh, how do you do?
Detective Inspector Burnside.
Frank.
And Detective Constable Tosh Lines.
Hello, hiya.
This is Maria Huntley. She's a barrister.
CPS?
No, Silk. Pleased to meet you.
Oi! What about my plane?
I think we better get out of the road, haven't we?
Actually, we're in a bit of a hurry.
You'll have to come to one of our parties.
All right.
Tell you what, she's a bit of class. No wonder the kid's gone over the side.
Do you reckon she's married?
Well, she's not a born-again Christian, is she?
Crafty devil.
About Tom!
Oh, shut up, you.
tell you what, I think we'll have to get Melvin transferred in.
What are you doing with that? Nothing, Duff. You can't leave it here. This is a police station, not a builder's yard. You'll have to move it. Trouble? Reconstruction, I ask you. What was wrong with the old Nick? Anyway, it worked, didn't it?
Brave new world, Tom. Forward thinking.
And they're starting on the custody area.
Only 3 days before we move it to Barton Street.
Yeah, that's right. It's at least 3 days chaos for the custody officer for a start.
You'll be lucky, Tom. I'd give it at best 3 months.
All right, everybody. Oi! Thank you. Now, have you all seen this?
No go.
Or this? Obviously not. What kind of outfit are we running here, Michael?
Dust in the photocopier, Gov.
It's all right, Gov. I've been to the printers. Good. Right, now take a look at this nutter.
Pass him down, will you? All right, okay.
Flexi time, are we?
Sorry, Gov.
For the benefit of other hearing aids that may have been switched off, at 4:30 yesterday, 6-year-old Tracy Coltrane was abducted from the play area off the common, stripped, indecently assaulted, and for good measure, slung into a bed of nettles. Now, I'm not interested whether this slimy inadequate had his rattle nicked off him when he was 2 or comes from a broken home. I want his liver on a hook, today.
We'll do our best, sir.
You got anything for me, love?
Sorry.
Right. We'll turn the drawer inside out again. As for the rest of us, let's use our nouses. This one scores points. A result. Today.
Right then, let's get to it. Okay, Hollis, you're 4 beat, that's Canley Fields. Make sure no one's misbehaving there. Ford, we're 3 beat. Quinnan, 2 beat, but don't go anywhere without seeing me first.
Richard! Last day, isn't it?
Yes, Sarge.
If I had my way, I'd have you confined to bays. It's safer.
6 beat's hardly the front line, Sarge.
No, but keep your nose clean, and whatever you do, don't go near the Green Man on Farquhar Street.
Will do.
Get stuck with a load of paperwork before you go and you'll never get out of it, and we can't have you being late to the special branch, can we? So I'd have you on the front desk, out of harm's way.
I think they're still building it, Sarge.
Sarge!
Now what?
I know that I don't need to stress to you that it's inspectors that need to keep up morale at a time like this.
Of course, sir.
For what it's worth, nobody's exempt. I'm due to be moved myself today.
Oh.
With all this going on, I can well do without letters like that.
Complaint, sir?
Yes, a legacy from Inspector Fraser. Apparently a man was assaulted at a drinking club. We've done nothing about it.
P.C. Quinnan.
A name which crops up with depressing regularity. Oh. Oh, right, dead on time. Well, have a word with the officer concerned, will you? Make sure he understands what will happen if such a disgrace occurs again. Make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, you better use the fire exit. It's probably easier.
Oh, Alec.
Right, sir.
I want the crime sheet for a complainant cook assault on the 7th September.
Sir.
If it could be on my desk in 5 minutes.
I might be a bit difficult, sir.
I'm sure despite refurbishments, nothing's gone astray.
No, it was months ago.
That's your problem. Just do it.
Who rattled his cage? I've never yet seen a punter who matched up to one of these. I don't know. The Ripper was close. Oh, get away with you, Tosh. See how long it took him to catch him. And how many times did they pull him in? What's the matter?
Joe Carlton's wanted, isn't he?
He's in Wales.
Look.
I'll soon take the spring out of his step.
Gotcha. Location 340.
Just about to flush the pan, Sarge.
Very droll. But before you go out, Mr. Munro wants a word. Is that received?
Acknowledge transmission, please, 340.
You want a hand?
Oh no, this one's mine.
Fair enough.
A wasp?
Hey! Come on, mate, we're grafting.
Me too.
Are you serious? We've got a body here.
You do your job and I'll do mine, mate.
The Hitler injections seem to be working. Army of occupation. Come on.
You admit parking it?
I'm in the middle of an arrest.
Oh, is it a round of applause you want, sir?
Right. Right. Well, you can look forward to getting a blister yourself, mate. For obstruction.
Calm down, Mike. We'll get it written off.
I could mind to mow him down.
Nice to know we can sleep in our beds at night.
So, what have you got to say about it?
About what, sir?
About lack of action, mister. That's about what?
I've been meaning to get round the club and try and trace the man.
Meanings count for nothing. You're in trouble, Quinnan.
I'm always in this mire, sir. It's only the depth that varies.
Don't make it worse.
I'm sorry, sir, and it didn't seem all that serious.
2 stitches on his face. That's serious enough if he wants to proceed.
Well, I've been so busy, sir, what with the crime initiative and us being short-handed.
Bull, you're slacking off. Your work rate's gone down.
Righto, sir, I'll get round there first thing Monday.
You still haven't got the message. Get switched on, or I promise you, your life will be such a misery you'll be begging for a transfer. And just to prove to me that you are a policeman, we're going to the club, and you are going to deal with it correctly to my satisfaction.
But what about...
Now!
Oh, blimey. Hello, Sid. Think you'd be lucky to find him anywhere to sleep it off. It's hell in there as well.
Male 1, female 2.
Yes, sir.
Let's hope they haven't been drinking. The plumbing's on the blink. Come on. Empty your pockets. Right. Circumstances, please.
Well, give us a chance, Sarge.
Properly, DC Dashwood.
Deception. Can't get us a printout, can you, Tosh?
Yeah. You okay? Yeah. Name, sir? You do have a name, sir?
Come on, you know what his name is. Joseph Harold Carlton. No fixed address. Picked him up for buying cars on HP and banging them out. Straight deception. All right, Sergeant?
Is this correct, sir? You have the right to a solicitor or friend.
Ready? Very nice.
Not now, Turnham.
Stay out. Be with you in a second, Dave.
But I've done nothing wrong.
You're barred.
But I was only watching, mister.
Scum. They think they can get in for a free show.
A man's backward, anybody can see that.
What the boss, son? How do, Gov? Want a drink?
No, we don't.
Okay, you're the governor.
Billy, this is Inspector Munro.
Welcome anytime, Gov.
Who are you, please?
Is this a wind-up, Dave?
I'll ask you once more. Who are you?
Billy Crocker. Why?
Are you the bouncer?
If you like.
So, how many bouncers work here?
Just one. Me.
Were you working on the evening of September the 7th?
Well, if we was open, it was me, definite.
Look, Billy, it's semi-official.
I've heard enough. You fit the description of a man who assaulted a customer at this club on that date. Right, mister. Caution him.
You're not obliged to say anything, but what you say will be taken down in writing and given in evidence.
What the hell's going on? You said it was no problem.
You're arrested.
This has to be game for a laugh. Get off my tricep.
If you're thinking of having a go for it, don't! You're in enough trouble already, isn't he, Mr. Quinnan?
No point in aggro, Billy.
All right. No need to be so rough.
Go on.
Sorry, mate. Only you can see how it is.
Anything said by you or him will be written down, officer.
Been looking for the bloke for absolutely yonks. Michael, you are supposed to be looking for a maniac, not wasting time on some half-baked kiter.
It's a good collar.
Cobblers.
He's been wanted for 3 months.
Look, I need you out on the street. So, charge him and get back out there.
I can't. There's not enough. Anyway, Penny's creating.
Tough sissies.
Thank you very much.
Look, if Carlton walks, he walks. As for Penny, it's up to you to cultivate him.
Yeah, easier said than done.
I don't see the problem. It's not as though the relief needs much space.
They're content enough with that, sir. It's just that we're going to get complaints from the Hare and Hounds if we carry on using their toilets. We seem to have a problem with our plumbing.
I thought it wasn't due to start for another 10 days.
Yeah, well, the builders were using the toilet as a store. I moved them out, but now there's a blockage. Come on.
What's all this doing here?
I think they're building a wall.
It's just sort of mess we need to avoid.
Yeah, well, it'll be sorted as soon as possible.
I know it's inconvenient, but we must pull together and we must be seen to be pulling together. I don't want to give anybody up there a chance to pop at us for being inefficient.
No, sir.
Here we are. Well, these places really are like the TARDIS, aren't they? Very roomy. Oh, well, I don't see what anybody's got to complain about. Which one is yours?
This one, sir. We're sharing it with 2 secretaries.
I need some evidence to justify his detention. 2 HP agreements, 2 cars. Here, where's your foreman? At the yard. I'm going to have words with him. Sarge, both Sierras on the same day and both signed by Laughing Boy in there. Anyone could have written them out. Give me 3 minutes with him. Not without his brief. Did nobody tell you we're meant to be on the same side? Let me know when you're ready to charge, sir. Charge? Billy, things are pretty hectic. I'd appreciate some help.
Later, Tom.
What you doing?
Now for lesson number 3, Quinnen. The interview. Tell him his rights.
Look, this isn't a question of rank. I'm talking about efficiency. And simply that we must at all costs maintain our public character. Yes, it's just that a separate porter cabin for me would... Yes, I understand that. No, it's just that in a case like this, I think cost should be a secondary consideration. Right. I see, sir. And that's your final word, is it? All right, sir, thank you.
Sign there, Billy.
Do what? Put your signature there. Finish off, PC Quinnen.
You look as though you won a meat draw, Andrew.
Just showing a young stoat how the job should be done.
Oh, you got a result then?
It surprises you?
No, uniform's got to get lucky sometimes.
Actually, he's a pal of yours.
I don't have any.
One William Ignatius Crocker.
Billy? Oh, come off it, Andrew.
No, don't try,
No,
Frank.
he's a diamond, and a very useful diamond.
No, anything but, Frank. And before you suggest it, no deals. He's being charged.
Oh, you must be joking.
Dead straight.
Look, he's good to the lads.
That's been the trouble. Too good. And he's gone too far this time. Section 47.
Oh, I've got better things to do than waste my time on some stupid slap.
A wounding, Frank.
All right, it'll mend. What about the scars left on a 6-year-old girl?
I don't follow you.
No, of course you don't. You're too busy chasing up brownie points to notice. The sexual assault this morning. Here, pass that around. See if it jogs anyone's memory.
My God!
Well, don't tell me anything, will you? I'm only the DI.
Did you know about this, sir?
Hey, that's the geezer just thrown out the club.
Thank you, Mr. Crocker. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you later.
You're in full control, I'll say that for you.
Oh, sir, I've been requested to help out in custody while they're a bit hectic.
Not yet, you won't. Sierra Oscar to all units. Sierra Oscar to all units. Urgent message.
Why don't you try a lullaby, Sid? With a bit of luck, you might sing yourself to sleep. By the cringe. That's game, set and match, cocker.
Sierra Oscar 171, receiving, over.
Go ahead, Reg.
Yeah, run that description again for me, would you?
Yeah. IC1, 40s, small eyes, button nose, protruding teeth.
Yeah, I'm at St Saviour's Park. I think I'm going to need assistance. Hello, sir. Can I have a quick word?
I'm not doing anything wrong.
No, I'm sure you're not.
I'm just watching the kids. I'm on my holidays.
Where are you from then, sir?
Southend.
That's a joke, isn't it?
Why?
Well, most people go to the seaside for holidays, but you...
So what?
Wait. Nothing. Nothing at all. You like it here then, do you?
Yeah. I like watching kids. At least I like the nice ones. Some of them aren't very nice.
What's your name then?
Tommy Cook, 15 Hermford Street, Southend-on-Sea.
Tommy is just telling me about how he's on his holidays.
Oh, yeah?
Hmm.
Look, I think we should be taking him back in the car.
A ride, great. Tommy, we're going to the police station now, do you understand?
I'm on my holidays.
Come on.
Will I be able to see my mum?
He's hopeless.
What's he saying?
It's like talking to a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah, well, I'm just the man to give him a lobotomy.
Just a minute.
I ain't got time now,
Hey,
Billy.
it's a bad crack, this.
Yeah, don't I know it?
You'll give us a bell?
Yeah, Tom, a word, please.
A moment, please.
You'll not forget.
Look, don't push it, Billy. See him off. Right, what's this game you're playing?
You're not seeing him.
Careful, Sergeant.
He's a vulnerable person.
Don't I know it? That's why I want his clobber and his intimate samples.
Pace is specific.
And so am I. So if you don't stop prattling me about, I'll have you up in front of the commander.
Social services and a doctor are turning out. You can take his clothing then.
That nutter has just wrecked a family.
I'm only applying the rules.
Oh, don't be a prat.
Abuse and aggravation aren't going to make me change my mind. He's in my care. I've got a legal and moral responsibility.
And so do I, to put him away for as long as possible.
You'll need a superintendent's authority if you want intimate samples.
And what's that, Pace?
Yeah.
Your wires are crossed.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, Inspector. I've got other matters to attend to.
I'm going. And then I'm coming back.
It's not the greatest case to hit the city, but it is criminal damage and Tom is going to charge him.
Hasn't he got better things to think about? They're pulling all this down, aren't they?
Well, not this bit.
What's he used?
Oh, I don't know. He searched him.
Did I, Ella's like? Tom Penny sorted that. That's something sharp. Come on, up. So what do you find so amusing, Mr. Carlton?
Hey! A black capper.
Blue Sierra, Tosh.
180!
You were at the briefing,
Yes, sir.
which was due to commence at what time, Quinnen?
1400 hours, sir.
So you got there at approximately what time, Quinnen?
1403, sir.
And when the briefing was over, you mumbled an apology to Detective Inspector Burnside and went on your merry way.
Sir.
You realised that this sloppy, undisciplined attitude could have meant another attack on a child.
I do, sir, and I want to say it will not happen again.
You come from a big family, don't you?
Yes, sir?
Nephews, nieces?
Yes, sir.
How would you feel if someone had attacked one of them? And you could have done something about it and didn't because you couldn't be bothered to listen. Hey!
Point taken, sir.
Go on, get out.
About 4 feet your end! Charlie!
Then which one of you is doing the drains?
Listen, mate, we just do what we're told to do, right? I'm told to pick up cement bags, but they're gone!
Right, well now I'm telling you to look at the blockage in the toilets.
You've got Carlton's
10 to 1, it won't be far from where we nabbed it.
I'll find it.
Do you mind?
What? Federation meeting, is it?
No, but since you ask, I'd like to have a word with the Federation about this.
All right, Tom.
Do you realise what could happen if a lay visitor turned up?
Let's not blow this out of proportion.
You surprised you got a problem with your bogs?
What?
One of the blokes in the cells won't stop flushing the toilet. Quick!
What?
The keys! So why isn't there a ticket on here, mate?
Because he's not committing any offence, is he, mate?
A child's blouse and a child's skirt. Evidence.
So, as you know, we've had a...
No! Don't blame the building work. If the toilets were working, he'd have got rid of them.
Your brains must be halfway up your trousers.
Excuse me, Inspector, I'm responsible in here.
Well, get a grip on him then.
This isn't the time or place for you to give me a Bible lesson. As for you, you have failed to have 2 prisoners searched properly.
I'm sorry.
Absolute basics! That man in there is dangerous, and while he may have the mental age of a child of 10, he also has the cunning of a lot of 10-year-olds that we see in here.
But
you neglected that fact. I've done my job, Frank. Now you do yours.
You gonna stick him on?
You might like washing your dirty linen in public, Frank, but not me. Whatever happens will be my decision. The book does work when it's applied with common sense.
Depends which edition you use, pal.
So, off to the Spook Squad tomorrow, are we then?
So they call it, yeah?
Yeah, well, best of British, mate. You'll need it.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, well, make sure you behave yourself this time. Like, keep your hands to yourself on ladies' night, know what I mean?
Listen.
Richard! Inspector wants a word with you.
I'll remember you, Quinn.
I hope your people are keeping all this quiet.
It's well under wraps.
Yes, but it better be.
Look, we've been watching for 2 days. He hasn't sussed us yet.
Yes, but today's different. I mean, it's today. There's a run today, and it's... Oh, I don't know. He's using more couriers. Look, are you sure you understand what's happening?
Dropped off at the newspaper stand. Passed from courier to courier. Everyone a link in the chain.
A secure link, remember? I mean, if you arrest any one of them before he's phoned in his drop, well, that'll be the end of that.
You got any more information on the route?
Oh, I told you. It starts at the newspaper stand. I don't know where it goes from there until it gets to my pickup. That's all I know. Except, the last link is a taxi.
I owe you, Lester.
You owe me nothing. I've got my own reasons for doing this. If he were one of my own, I wouldn't do it. But he isn't, is he? He's one of yours.
He was.
DS Greg from Martella.
Go ahead, Viv.
Nothing happening.
Did you expect anything to be happening?
Not yet, no.
Patience, Viv, patience. Remember, from now on, no more open messages on the radio. Use the landline if you have to.
It's today. The usual system, only they're using more couriers. None of them know each other. It's passed on hand to hand, and they phone in once they've handed it on. Only the last one, which is a taxi, sees lock.
What's in the bag?
He doesn't know, but it's got to be drugs.
And it's definitely locked.
Oh, yeah. But I want the rest of the chain as well. I'm going to need some luck. Denzel Locke was always a smooth operator.
Bet coppers usually are. How long's he been out the job?
4 years. But he's still got little friends everywhere. Maybe even in Arnick.
You think so?
Let's just make sure that nothing we do gets broadcast to the troops.
Anything happening?
All on the selling side. No goods received as yet.
Right, I'll have a cup of coffee then.
It's cold.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect anything else from CID.
Inspector,
Oh, not now, Alec.
Well, you may have lured Viv Martella away, but as far as I know, June Atkins still a uniformed officer. I want her back.
One day, Alec, that's all.
You said that yesterday, and the day before when you borrowed Melvin. Oh, cowboys.
This is ridiculous. Why can't they top the building up in the summer?
Refurbishment.
What?
That's what they call it. Refurbishment.
That's not what I call it.
I swear if there's nothing boring for me to do, Burnside will create it. He could at least keep me in the picture. Cover the drop and report back, and that's it.
Well, there's no point in asking me. Follow the bag man. Treat him like he's got a nasty disease, but don't lose him. I know as much as you do.
They never tell me anything.
Yeah, well, it's men, isn't it? They like big secrets. Mind you, this one does seem to be particularly hush-hush.
Yeah, not using radios and all that.
Makes you think they don't trust us.
Sierra Oscar 1171, receiving. Over.
Go ahead,
With
171.
all due respect, sir, he's making you look anybody's fool.
Is he now?
Wouldn't be so bad if he knew what's going on, but he's a Lawrence himself, that one.
I'll have a word, Alec.
You'll have to nail him down first, sir.
Oh, I'll nail him down, all right.
Sierra Oscar 1 from Sierra Oscar. What's your location, Tony?
Well, at least the damn phones are working.
You sure about Lester?
Look, I'm the one supposed to be doing the worrying, Alistair. You're supposed to be the one keeping me cheerful. Yeah, he's kosher, all right. Our worries lie in other directions. Anxious to be off, Alistair?
We do have an operation running, sir.
So I gather. If you'd excuse us. Actually, Andrew, I'm waiting for an officer to call in. Bit of a vital moment.
I don't care if you're waiting for the Commissioner to call in. I want to know what the hell's going on. My officers are being used as CID errand boys, and I won't have it.
Yeah, well, you did put them at my disposal.
I was instructed to, without explanation and without notice. This is the third day. I've had 3 constables poached, and I want an explanation.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, Andrew. I understand. But I'm afraid there's nothing I can tell you. I've squared it with Derek Conway. That's all I can do.
Then I think we better continue this discussion in his office. After you.
I'll be in Mr. Conway's office.
That was that Range Rover. Sure. Yeah, it's just turned into the junction. Sierra 1, we are in pursuit of that suspect Range Rover.
You'll have to tell him, Frank. Not now, Eileen, please, love. Give us 10 minutes.
The villain we're after is running gear around the town on a courier system. Drugs, probably. The suspect's name is Denzil Locke, ex-Chief Inspector, Metropolitan Police.
And I hope you're right about this, Frank. Or we're all going to look a bit silly.
The word is he left under a cloud.
On a point of principle is my information.
Denzil Locke was a squad officer second to none.
Exactly. So you'll understand our method, Andrew. Locke still has a lot of friends in the squad. And elsewhere.
I hope you're not suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm saying that he's got a lot of contacts. So if the heat was on his firm, he could be forewarned. Perhaps unintentionally. Perhaps on purpose.
Viv.
Use the phone, detective.
It was a minor misdemeanor, really, officer. A momentary lapse of concentration, that's all. It's been rather a long drive.
It's a goer! Better get on your bike, June. You lose him and Buzz...
You're acting on a word of a snout, of course.
An unimpeachable source.
Villain. Look, you know what it's like for any officer once he's quit the force. Every creep who's ever collared's got it in for him. I don't believe it, Frank. I can't believe it. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Gov, they're up and running.
All right, Gov?
If I'd thought it worthy of attention, I would have stopped. Like I said, a momentary lapse. No damage was done.
Right, to up the boot for me, sir.
Yeah. Fish of a lifetime.
Yeah? Well, this car was seen being driven in a dangerous manner.
Yes, of course.
Burnside. All right. Yeah, well done. Good work, June. Old Tosh is keeping his head down.
Excuse me, mate. Have you got the keys to this place? Mr. Lyons!
What's here? Get here! Oh, get out! Oh, shut up! Shut up! Oh, Mr. Lloyd, get here! Please, shut up! Oh, get up! Come on, get up!
CID Greg. It's Lester.
How do you know? All right, now look, don't lose your bottle. Keep that bag moving along the chain. Would you believe it? I'm worried about some flaming uniform blowing the gaff. And what happens? Tosh Lyons blows it. He gets into a fight with one of the couriers.
Oh, what bag? Where is it? Never mind about that. Make the telephone call. No. Go on. Just call him. You'll find out. He'll kill me. Who? The boss. Who's that then? Don't be stupid. All you have to do is call the usual number. Tell him you've made the drop, that's all. I'll forget I ever saw you.
Oh, yeah?
I can do you for handling. And I can think of plenty of other things given time.
You've got nothing on me.
You're in possession, with intent to enable other people to commit
I didn't have
offences.
no intent. I was just doing a favour for a mate dropping a bag off here, that's all.
Oh, yeah, the jury's going to believe that, aren't they, eh? With your record, Larry, you haven't got a prayer. Now, don't waste my time.
I was just carrying the gear. You can't do me for anything else.
If I have to, I'll do you up like a kipper. And you know I mean it. Now, just make that call. Tell him you've handed over the bag. Tell your boss everything's okay.
Having some work done.
Yeah. No problem. What? Now, there was somebody on the phone. Right. Right, now you said you'd let me go.
Not yet, mate. You're staying with me for a while. For your own safety and protection. Now, get me. I've got a call to make. couldn't help it, Gov. I've nicked him before. Yeah, he recognised me straight away. Yeah, it's all right. Well, it sounded all right. I'm on my way back now.
Everything they said about the hotel checks out.
What about the bloke's GP?
I left a message, he's ringing me back.
They could have done him on the way back, you know.
Maybe.
Hey, right, we got these pipes. Come on the left.
I can't sit here all day, you know. I mean, the company's charming, but all the same.
I'm afraid we'll have to keep you until we've checked your statements.
Oh, come on, this is ridiculous.
At the very least, you'll have to wait until we've heard from the deceased's doctor.
Officer, when can we leave?
You've been involved in a suspicious death, sir. You will sit there until told to move.
Gotcha.
CID lines. Yes, Viv.
Look, I think they've gone after the wrong taxi. Can you get in touch with them?
Well, yes, I'll try. What happened?
That's it then. The taxi driver's definitely the last courier, is he?
Yeah. I don't know whose house that is. That lock is definitely going to be there.
Sierra Oscar DI Burnside receiving.
Burnside receiving.
Call DC lines on the landline, please. Urgent.
Received. Out. There was a phone box back there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Well, off you go.
The dead man's doctor agrees with everything they say. Serious heart condition, he should never have gone on a sporting holiday. Looks kosher. There's no point in doing anything until after the post-mortem.
We've got to do them for something.
I'm not saying they've done nothing wrong. I just don't know what law they've broken.
Failing to report a death for a start.
He only died yesterday.
A failure to summon help. I mean, he might have been saved.
The driver's a physiotherapist. Probably knows a stiff when he sees one.
When am I going to get to do a real murder? That's what I want to know.
Come on, Sarge.
OK. They knew the procedure. They should have gone by the book. But by all accounts, his ticker could have given out at any time. The man's to be admired for not giving in and living like an invalid.
Doesn't mean that his mates can just throw him in the back of their car and drive him home, Sarge. No matter how much more convenient it might be to report.
I'll check it out. Just leave him in the interview rooms. Oh, June, nice of you to join us. You're back where you belong.
I think so, Sergeant.
We'll get your uniform back on and get back out on the street.
Sarge, that's what I like. being appreciated.
He's not the courier. Viv Martella saw another guy in a cab looking for the bag.
Well, if he's not the real courier, who the hell is he?
They don't know. Just some bloke who drives a cab, that's all. Oh, talk of the devil.
Come on. D.I. Burnside, Sunhill, and this is D.S. Gregg. I'd like to have a word with you, Mr. Short. Mr. Short, how kind of you to ask us in. Land's through here, is it? I want to talk to you about this blue sports bag, Mr. Short. Open it up, Alistair.
I thought you said drugs.
I did. This is looking a bit moody.
I just picked it up.
With his contacts, it won't take long to find this address. We'll wait here till he comes.
Time to get some backup then.
What, and risk have someone tip him off?
It's like an opportunity.
I'll think about it.
Gov?
I thought it was a bit heavy. When I get back in here, I look in it and it's full of flipping guns. I was going to take it back.
You should be double worried, Mr. Short.
I am.
There's some very nasty people going to come and see you. They're going to want their property back.
Yeah?
But fortunately for you, my brave colleague and I are going to stay here and protect you.
You ought to consider yourself lucky, mate, because if you'd have been up to the arresting officer, you could have been here all night and more.
So much for convenience, gentlemen. We're sorry about your friend, whatever we think of your behaviour. We'll be in touch as soon as the post-mortem results come through. Tosh?
Yes, sir?
Any word?
No.
Whatever their secret operation is, it's down the train, I reckon. I mean, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. One day they'll need the cavalry. We won't be around.
All right, off you go. All right, got it.
Tosh,
Yes, sir.
I've heard from Mr. Burnside.
Oh, is he all right, sir?
Well, there have been some developments. It seems to be a waiting game at the moment.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Just found it.
Yeah, that's luck.
Stand up in person. You think you'd be more careful?
Being in at the kill is a habit that dies hard.
What about me?
Go down to the front door and answer it. Act natural.
What if he's armed?
Act scared.
Very short, is it? I'd like to have a word with you. Got anyone else here? I think you've got some property of mine, my son. I bet you've been a bit silly.
Don't know what you mean.
I think you hopped out of your little cab this morning and picked up something that doesn't belong to you. At the bus stop in Wharf Road. Does that ring a bell? I want my property back, son. And I want it now. Check it.
Yes,
You're not going to do this again, are you?
Stop! Armed police! Drop the bags! Stay where you are!
Arms down, mate.
Denzil Locke. I am Detective Inspector Burnside from Sunhill. I'm placing you under arrest for the unlawful possession of firearms, contrary to the Firearms Act 1968, and on suspicion of handling stolen goods. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say may be given in evidence.